Most beginner forex traders think trading is difficult just because they don't understand the market. But in reality, many struggle because they don't know how to navigate on the TradingView properly. In this video, I will take you from complete beginner to confidently navigating the TradingView step by step without missing any detail. So let's get straight into the session. So the first thing you do is to sign up on TradingView. And this is very simple and straightforward. Just go to Google, search TradingView, and it's going to bring this up on your browser. So once you've done that, just come to get started, then you either sign up or you sign in. So I already have an account, so I'm signing already, so I don't have to like go through the process of signing up. Another thing is that you can download the TradingView app and you can also trade from their web portal. So if you want to download the TradingView app, just search TradingView download on Google and it's going to bring this up. It's going to ask you for the device you use, either Windows or Mac OS or whatsoever. So you can just click on any one of these and it's going to download it straight into your PC. So you can literally use the app where you can navigate from their website. So now I'm going to be using the app to explain this in nutshell. So let's get started. So this is the app here. So I'll open the app. So we are in already. This is the TradingView interface. And one thing that might come to your mind when you first open the interface, it might look so confusing and overwhelming. So don't get worried. I'm going to explain everything in detail. When I started trading, I also got overwhelmed with the whole interface. It looks so confusing and all that. So just stay tuned and make sure you watch this video to the end. So let's get straight into the section. So the first thing first I would love to talk about is how to navigate. This is for both the beginner and the intermediate traders, like people that have experience in the market already, but they are still struggling with how to use TradingView like a pro. So the first thing I would love to talk about before showing the rest of the interface is knowing how to navigate. Navigation is very, very important. And when I'm talking about navigation, is how to use this interface in the right way, how to like move around these charts, right? So the first thing is the first navigation is how to move to the left or to the right. You can do this by holding and clicking on your mouse and drag it to the left or to the right side. And if you don't want to use your mouse, your internal mouse, you can literally use your external mouse by dragging it left or right. And if you don't want to do that, you can come over to this icon here. This scroll to the left icon or scroll to the right icon to scroll to the left or right. So you can do this by clicking on it or click to the right by clicking on it, so it will navigate you to the left or to the right side of the chart. Now the other navigation is how to move to the up or down side of the interface of the chart. So you do this by holding up to the on your mouse and holding up and down, dragging it up and down, and this is going to show you something like this, right? So that is the third and fourth navigation. So the first I talked about is moving to the right or moving to the left. The next is moving up or moving down. All these navigation are very, very important. You should know how to do this as a trader, right? So the next one is zooming in and zooming out. This is also very easy. So you can literally use your mouse. How do you use your mouse? You can just pinch your mouse and this is going to zoom out, and you can also drag your mouse. This is also going to zoom in. And if you don't want to go through that method, you can come over here by clicking on this minus icon, which is going to zoom out. And if you want to zoom in, just click on this plus icon. It's going to zoom in, right? So the last one here is shrinking your chart. This is also very important. And how do you do that? You come to this price number here. You click and hold and drag it either up or down for you to shrink the chart. And remember that all these navigations, they are very, very important. And you have to use them in combination. This is just like you trying to use your phone. Maybe you are trying to zoom a particular text on your phone, or you are trying to, like, for example, maybe you are using Google Map. See it as using Google Map. That is the thing. So once you know how to use Google Map, it will be very easy for you to navigate. And this navigation is very important because without having the right navigation, you won't be able to see market opportunities. Your bias will not be clear and all that. And this is what I call POV, your point of view. So without having the right navigation, you won't be able to have the right POV. You won't be able to have the right point of view. And many beginners struggle with this navigation of a theme. Sometimes a beginner trader can see something like this on the charts and they'll start analyzing, which is very, very wrong. So you should try as much as possible to navigate the right way. I'm still coming back to show you guys this navigation. So without further ado, let's go into the other aspect of the chart. So this is the interface. On the right hand side, we are having what we call the watch list. This is your watch list, right? Watch list is literally the list of instruments that you trade. This is where the list of instruments you'll be trading would be. And you can decide to add or remove any instrument of your choice. And this is how to do it. You can just come to this plus icon, you click on add symbol, and it's going to bring the list of instruments available. And so these are Forex instruments. If you want to add Forex instruments, you can just come over here and add any Forex instrument of your choice. And if you want to add crypto instrument, just come to crypto. It's what click on any one of them. You can click on this plus sign and it will add any one of those assets of your choice. And you might be wondering why we are having so many BTC USD. The reason is because they are different brokers, so you can decide to choose any broker of your choice. And for you to add this asset, just click on this plus icon, and once you've done that, it's going to add to your watch list. So this is BTC USDT that I just added. So, and if you want to remove it, just click on this remove on this recycle bin icon, and it's going to remove it from your watch list. And you can decide to just come to all and search for any instrument of your choice or any asset of your choice and add it to your watch list. So that is that on that. And you can decide to customize your watch list too, like by renaming it, giving it, like you can just play around with this side of the chart. So I actually have two watch lists. I have the one for my day-to-day trading, and I have the one for back testing, right? So that is that. So moving on, we have the alerts watch, the alert interface. So I'm still going to talk about this later on. So, but for now, this is the most important thing you need to know here on this side of the interface. The rest are not that very, very important for a beginner trader. So just focus on this for now, right? Now, this other part of the interface is what we call the publish interface. On the publish, so you can literally publish any of your idea in the trading community by clicking on it, and you can publish it. You can record video idea and speak your mind and all that. So this is the publish part of the interface. So here is trade. So you can trade from here, but before you can trade from here, you need to sign up with any of these broker, right? But you don't need to trade on trading. You don't need to be trading on TradingView. You can literally trade on your MetaTrader. So most traders use TradingView to analyze the chart, and they place order on MetaTrader, right? So now moving on, we have the this camera icon interface. And this camera icon is for you to download your image, your chart image, copy it or copy the link, or you can also tweet it on your X account. So you can literally do anything here. You can download, copy, and you don't need to be using your phone to snap your laptop. You can literally just download it from here and to give a clearer view. And you can also use this for your back testing or for your forward testing or journaling rather. So whenever you want to journal your trade, just download this and send it to your phone, to your whatsoever, or save it on your PC so that you can always go back and review your trade with that chart, with the chart image. So that's on that. So moving on, we have the full screen tool. So from here, you can literally be on the full screen mode. By clicking this, it's going to put you on a full screen, but we don't need that. So, and if you want to exit full screen, just click the escape button on your keyboard and it will take you back to the normal view. And here is the setting. So you can literally change the setting of your chart from here, but I'm still coming back to this part. So let me explain the interface first. Now we have this quick search. So you can search for anything here. You can search for anything here on the quick search. And this is my layout, right? The layout simply means having different charts, like having different chart layouts, but the same instrument or the same asset, or better still, you can have different assets in different charts. So this is my layout. So if I click on these other ones now, it's going to show me another thing on GPP USD, right? Another analysis or something. So it's just like you having different analysis on different charts, but the same instrument, right? So that is for that. Now you can also save the interface. You can click on auto save. You can also share your layouts. You can do whatsoever you like on this part of the interface. Very simple and straightforward. And you can also rename it to any name of your choice, right? So now we have the what's it called, layer setup. So this is your layer setup. You can decide to put it on split screen. You can play around with all these other things, but I would love it. I love mine to always be in this mode. Now, here, this is our undo and redo skill. So maybe you made a mistake, or maybe you did something that you want to like remove from the screen. Let's say, for example, I do something like this, and I want to remove this without using my delete key on my keyboard. I can just come over to this undo, and it will take it away. And if I want to bring it back, I can just click on this and to bring it back, and that is it. So this is your replay bar. Replay bar is literally meant for back testing. Maybe you want to take out this portion of the chart. Maybe you don't want to see this portion of the chart, and you want to start back testing from this side of the chart. You can click on the replay bar and start back testing from here. And this will help you to not make already seen decisions. It helps you to backtest effectively. But this is for premium user, so you need to pay for TradingView Premium before you can use this feature on TradingView. So moving on, we have the alerts indicator here. So on the alert indicator, you can create alert. You can add price. You can add alert to any price number of your choice. Maybe, for example, you are planning to sell from here, and at that moment you might not be active on the chart or something, and you don't want to miss out on that setup. You can literally set an alert here. So once price gets to that price number you set the alert on, it's going to send you a notification either on your phone or your email or whatsoever, and you can then execute the trade. And another alternative to this is by using your pending order, either buy stop, sell stop, buy limit, sell limit. You can use your pending order in respect of this, right? So that is it. So we have the indicator template. So this is your indicator template. You can save an indicator. You can open the template. So this is for those that use indicator. I personally, I don't use indicator. So these are other indicators that are also available on the TradingView. So you can search for them here. You can buy from maybe a creator or something, and you can also search for the free ones and add it to your to your list. And these are the ones I'm using presently. This is just for confirmation. I don't really use them for entry or something. So so that is it. So moving on, we have the chart interface. So on this chart interface, we have various type of charts. We have bar charts, candlesticks, volume candles, and the rest line chart. So you can decide to choose any candle of your choice. Sorry, any chart of your choice. But most traders use candlesticks. So I will recommend you sticking to candlestick. But you can literally play around with this thing there. So if I put on line chart, this is what we are going to be having. So this is how line chart looks like. So you can literally play with the charts that are there. But most traders use candlestick, so I'm going to be sticking to candlestick. So moving on, we have the time frame interface. So on the time frame, we have different time frames starting from 1 tick to 100,000 range. So on this interface, you can decide to choose any you can decide to choose any time of your choice. This is I'm currently on 2 hours time frame, and these are the list of time frame I use. And that is why the reason why you are seeing them is because they are being favorite, they are being starred. So you can decide to do that yourself too by clicking on the star, add to favorites. You're going to put them here as your time frame. So you don't need to come over here and start looking for them. So you can just click on any one of these one, then it's going to put the chart on that particular time frame, just like what I just did. So we are currently on 30 minutes. So the chart is now on 30-minute time frame. So now moving on, we have the compare symbol interface. So yeah, this is where you compare different assets to know if they are having the same direction, if they are going the same way. So you can decide you can decide to compare any asset of your choice here. And if I'm to do that, let me give you guys an example. Let's say I want to compare GBP USD to Euro USD. So we are going to be having something like this. So we are going to be having something like this on the chart. So GBP USD and Euro USD, they are literally going in the same direction. So this is where you compare the charts, or the, what's it called, the asset or instruments. And if you want to take it off, you can just click on this and click on this remove bin, then it's going to take it off and we are good to go. Now this is your symbol interface, and remember this is different from what we are having on the watch list. Here you can just decide to look up on any asset of your choice, just a quick look up. It's not going to add to your watch list, right? Let's see, I want to look into AUD USD, AUD USD. So that is AUD USD. And if you come to my watch list, it's not there, it's not added to my watch list. So just a quick look into a particular asset without you adding it to your watch list. So moving on, we have the tool interface. So on this tool interface, there are different tools here for different functions or different purpose. And before I explain that, I would love to show you guys the profile interface. So this is my profile interface. This is where your profile is equal. So once you sign in, it's going to your name is going to show up here. You can decide to pay for the premium here, and you can decide to change your settings here, your personal settings and all that. So this is the home interface. If you want to go to TradingView home page, you click on this home interface. This is the help center, and this is just the profile interface. So there's not much to talk about here. So let's move on. So back to the tool interface. So this is your tool interface. So the first on the list is the navigation interface, which is the we have different tool here, and you can decide to choose any one of your choice. And what does this do? So once you choose any one of these things, it's going to start showing it that same way, just like what we are seeing at the moment. So I click on the dot, and this is what the dot is showing. And if you decide to click on the mouse, this is what is going to be showing. So you can decide to just choose any one of your choice. But I love to use this cross, because cross is going to show me the price line and the dates, and I can literally place it on any side of the chart. So I love to use the cross to navigate on the charts. So moving on, we have the trend tools. So on the trend tools, we have different tools there. We have different tools. We have the trend line, ray, info line, extended line, and the rest. But you don't need to all these whole lines here. You don't need all of them. You just need few of them. As a beginner trader, even as a professional trader, I don't use every one of them. I mostly use trend line, horizontal ray, vertical line, and cross line, and they serve different functions. So once you're able to figure out the strategy you use as a trader, that's when they will start making sense to you. That's when you now see the usefulness of these lines, right? So now I'm going to show you guys how to use it. So just click on it, then come to your chart interface, then click and hold on the chart, then drag it to any level of your choice. So it's going to place it there. And if you want to remove, just click on this and click on the delete icon, and it's going to take it off. And if you want to make some adjustments to this line, just come over here. Once you click on it, if you don't click on it, it's not going to bring these settings. So click on it. Once you click on it, it's going to bring the setting. And these are the settings here. So you can decide to change the color. You can decide to put a text to it. You can decide to increase the thickness of the line. And you can decide to put it either in a dash line, or in a dotted line, or in the normal lines of your choice. So this is just for customization. And over here, you can also decide to give it a template. Like instead of just coming over there to draw a line, you can decide to give it a name and give it a template. And that's that. So now we have the settings. So over here, if you click on the settings, you can just you can put any style of your choice. You can put the color. You can, okay, do you want to like a normal line, or an arrow line or something? So you can come to here to put the text. You can put the coordinates, and you can also put the visibility. So that's that on that. Now, and if you want to remove, if you can also lock it by clicking on this lock icon. It's going to lock, and once you lock it, you can't move it out of that place. It won't be moved until you unlock it. And if you want to delete it, just click on this, and it's going to be deleted from the chart. Now moving on, we have the others I wish I'm not going to talk about, so you can just play around with them. So moving on, we have the Fibonacci tools. We have the Fibonacci retracement, we have the trend-based extension. Basically, I use this Fibonacci retracement. I don't use the rest of them. I use Fibonacci retracement for premium and discount zone to know area where I will be expecting buyers and areas I'll be expecting sellers. So this is on the advanced part. So now let's move to the next one. On this part, this is for chart pattern traders, people that trade chart patterns, Elliott waves, circles, and other. I don't use any one of these tools here because I don't trade chart pattern, so I don't use any one of them. So if you trade chart pattern, this is going to be a great tool for you. Now the next is the forecasting tool. So on the forecasting tool, we have the long position, we have the short position, and we have the rest. So the most important one here is the long position and the short position, and we also have the measurer. So this is for price range or date range or date and price range. But these particular ones are the ones I use often. Now for this one, this long position is for what? When you want to buy, and for this short position is when you want to sell. Now for example, if you want to use, just click on it, then please paste it on the chart, and this is how it looks like. This part is the target part, and this part is the stop part, and this middle part is the open P and end price part. Right now, the stop part is where your stop loss is going to be. The target part is where your take profit is going to be. So this is your take profit, and this is your entry. Your entry from this middle side of the indicator. Now let's say you decide to enter a particular position from there, from 0.69608, and you decide to put your stop loss at 0.6950. So and this is 0.6950 here. 6950. So that is your stop loss, and you decided to target 0.70300. 0.70300, and that is 0.0030. Now that is your target. So your target is 0.70305. Now this is going to be showing your risk to reward, and your risk to reward is 6.45. So that is 1:6, and your target is 69 pips. That is it there. Your target is 69 pips. Your stop loss is 10 pips, 10.8 pips. So the markets give you what? Give you 69 pips movement. So that's like times 6 of what you are risking, right? You are risking 10 to get 69. So that is times 6 of what you are risking. So this part is the loss part, and this part is the profit part. And same thing also go for the short position. So we can apply the same thing. So this is when you are selling, and this is when you are buying, and this also helps you to calculate your pips without doing the manual calculation. That's just the advantage of this. And one thing you should know about this too is that always try to leave it on as a beginner forex trader. Don't clear it. Always try to leave it on. Do not clear this, so that you can use this to back test or to forward test, to also journal your trade, to know if you are improving technical wise. So it is very important, and it's also help you to manage your risk. So that is that. So for the price range, you can just decide to use it to mention the price movement from one point to another. So you can literally use this to calculate your pips also. Same thing for the price and date range. So you can use that to know the price, the date, and the market happen. So now if you take a look at this parts, this line, it has shown you the dates from July to from July 1st to July 7th. So this helps you to also backtest and to know when a particular chart happens. So that's it. You can also use your cursor to do this without using this indicator. So now moving on, we have the brush part, the brush. So this is mostly for educational. Maybe you want to show something on the chart, you want to show someone something. So this is for the brush. So use it to indicate or to draw anything on the chart. And same thing also go for this highlighter, use it to like indicate something on the chart. So there's no you can literally just leave this part. So this arrow you can use to indicate. You can decide to just use this for any reasons in the market. So the other part is the shape part. So this shape, once you be able to figure out your strategy, you know the usefulness of this whole tools here. So this rectangle is for you to draw. Just like personally, I use this rectangle to indicate my point of interest, where I want to buy or sell from. So if I'm expecting price to come to this place, I'll put it there. That is going to be my point of interest, and I'll put my long or short indicator. So once price get there, I would execute the trade and buy from there. So that is for that. And you can decide to customize it. So I decided to leave my own transparent. So if you want to do that, just click on it and come to settings, then change it to customize it to any form of your choice. So you can decide to fill it in, you can decide to make it fill in, and you can see this is it here. You can decide to fill it in to show a full color, and you can decide to leave it this way. So you can just come over here to play with the settings for that. And same thing also go for the rest of the tools here. You can just play with the settings. You can adjust it to any customization of your choice, right? So the rest the same thing. So this the rest of the shapes, you use them for different purpose, for different functions. Same thing with this part. You can decide, you can use this to indicate the highs and the lows in the markets, the higher highs and higher lows for market structure purpose and all that. Or you can also use it for different functions. So moving on, we have the text and notes interface. So this is just for text. Maybe you want to indicate something on the chart, you want to put a note on the chart, just click on it, there's and type anything of your choice and it's going to be there. And the rest should same thing also go for the rest. You can use this as your notes, and it's going to what sorry it's going to can decide to put a note there and to show up on the chart. So this is your text interface. Same thing also good for the rest of the interface here. So now we have the emoji interface. So I literally don't use this, so there's no much here to talk about. I don't use any one of these things. It's just like for customization purposes. And yeah, this is your measurer, your mention rule. So this is for pips calculation. So you use this to calculate the pip, like how long the market has moved. So let's say I want to check how long the market has moved from this point to this point. So I'll just click and hold on it, then drag it up. Then I'm sorry, you click and hold, then place it on that place, and it's going to show you. So now from what we are seeing here, this number is your pip. So the market has moved 61 pips from year to year, and you can literally do this manually too by subtracting the price number to the entry number to the current price number. So it's going to give you the pip. So you can literally use the mention ruler, and remember you can also use the range, the price range, to also calculate your pip on the TradingView interface. Now moving on, we have the zoom in. Maybe you want to zoom in a particular chart very fast, so you just click on that chart, and it's going to select that particular chart you want to zoom in on, and it's going to zoom in. This is it here. Just click and hold on it, and it's going to zoom into that particular chart, and then you can come here to adjust the look to have a better POV of the chart. So that is for that, and the rest are not that very relevant. You can just, this is for maybe you want to stick something to the chart. So this one is for lock. Maybe you want to lock the chart or something. Now this is for hide. You want to hide your drawings, just click on this. It's going to hide every one of them. And if you want to delete your drawings or your objects, just come over here to bring different options. It's either remove 32 drawings, remove 3 drawings, or indicator or something. Let's say I want to remove all the old drawings. Just click on remove drawings, and it's going to take them out. And if you do that by mistake, you can click on this place to bring them back. The undo scale price, it will bring them back to the chart. So that is that. Now the other thing I would love to show you guys is the date. So this is the date and the time that particular chart formed or that particular candle formed. So this is the date or the chart. So this is it here, right? And the other ones, they are the 1 years, and they are not that very relevant, so you can just skip them. So moving on, the next most important is how to customize your charts. Maybe you want to change the color of your chart background or something. So you can decide to come to the setting interface. You can do it in 2 ways. Right click on your charts, you click on set, it's going to show you this, and you click on settings. And if you don't want to do that, you can just come over here and it's going to show you the interface, and this is how it looks like. So these colors here represent the candles. So this is the body of the candle. So you can decide to change the color of the candle to any color of your choice, either red, yellow, black, or something. I love to use this color. So presently my bullish candle is green while my bearish candle is red. So the bullish is for buying markets, the bearish is for selling markets, and here are the borders of the candle. So you can decide to put it on the same color, and this is the wick of the candle. So you can decide to put it on the same color, or you can decide to customize it to any other color of your choice. And if you want to do that, just click on this and it's going to show you the color template. So now moving on, we have the precision. Precision is for I don't really understand what this is for, so you don't need to just ignore this. So we have the time zone. So the time zone, you can decide to put it to any time zone of your choice depending on your current location. So I'm currently based in Nigeria and my time zone is UTC +1 Lagos. So you can put any time zone of your choice. Now moving on, we have the status line. So on the status line, we have the instruments. This is for the instruments. So now my logo is toggled on. So if I click on this, it's going to remove the logo of that particular asset, and if I click on this, it's going to bring it back, and this is it here, right? And I can decide to leave the title on, and I can decide to take it out. If I toggle off the title, it's going to, this whole thing is not going to be showing. And you can decide to put the chart value, but I don't like leaving it on. This one is for the bar change values. So if you toggle all this whole thing on, it's going to be showing here. And the volume, you can decide to toggle it on or leave it on. So all these whole things are not that very, very important, but you can decide to just leave it there, leave them on. And these are my settings for them. And this is the title. So if I toggle it off, you are not going to be seeing these indicators. This title is for the indicators that I use presently. So if I don't want them to show, I can decide to just toggle them off and they are not going to show on my interface. And this is for the value, and this is for the background, right? So I can decide to change it or customize it to any color of my choice. So moving on, before we move on, we are on this title side. You can decide to put holding name, or you can decide to put symbol, or you can also decide to put symbol and name. And remember, it is changing. So let's say I decide to put holding name, it's going to change to holding name. So you can just play around with that also. So moving on, we have the scale and line. So on the scale and line, you can just leave the settings like this. So I won't be talking much on this part. But the important part is the date format and time hours part. The date format. So you can decide to put any date format, and you can decide to put any hours format. So presently I'm using 12 hours. So there's no much to talk about here. So moving on, we have the canvas. So on the canvas, this is where you change your background, your chart background. So you can decide to leave it solid or gradient. So and this is where you change the color. Presently I'm using whites. I love to use whites. You can decide to put it black, or you can decide to put it any color of your choice. So this is where you change the background of the chart. So here we're having the vertical grid, and we're having the horizontal grid. So this is whenever this is on. Presently my own is on, but I decided to just put it on white. So if I put it on black, this is what is going to be showing on the chart. So let me put it on black and increase the opacity, and this is what is going to be showing for the vertical grid. And for the horizontal grid, this is what is also going to be showing. So you can decide to increase the opacity. So for this, I love to leave it plain because of the strategy I use. So if you trade support and resistance or something, you can decide to just leave it open or leave it visible. And if you use psychological zone, so you can leave it open. So depends on the strategy you use as a trader. And you can put any color of your choice, or you can also toggle it off to be off. So that is for that. And this crosshair, this is for your cursor, your navigation. If I decide to put it off or put it on white, this is what you are going to be getting. You'll be able to see that black line, and you'll be able to see how the chart is navigating. So I love to put it on, or put it on black, so that it will be visible. Since my background is white, so it is on, and this is what we'll be getting. So that is for the crosshair. And this is watermark. Watermark is for your charts. Maybe you want this instrument or asset to show on the background of the chart. So once you put it on, it's going to be showing on the background of the chart. But I love it plain, so I don't use it. So this is for your text. So you can decide to increase the font size of the text, or also you can decide to change the color of the text. So that is the function of the text icon. So now we have the buttons, the navigation, the pane, all these whole things. You can just leave the settings like this. So let's move on to trading. So this is for those that trade on TradingView. So there's not much to talk about here. So we can just leave it open like this. So there are some people that trade on TradingView, like they place trades. And before you can do that, you need to have a broker. You need to register with TradingView broker. There are limited brokers on TradingView. So that's just the disadvantage of trading on TradingView. Now we're having the alerts part. The alerts part is for maybe you want to change the line, the color of the line or something. So that is for the alert part. And this invert part, this is for the fundamental part. Maybe you want TradingView to be showing you news on the interface or something. So you can decide to just leave this whole part and toggled on or toggled off. So it depends on your choice. So this is for the news notification, and this is my own. So these are the things I toggled on my own. So then once you are done with that, you can just click OK, and the settings is going to be saved on your chart. So that is on the navigation. Sorry, that is on the chart interface. And now we are having something here. This is for maybe you want to see the whole what's it called, the whole layout. And once you click on it, this is what it's going to be showing you. And now these are my other layouts, right? And if I decide to go back to that layout, I'll just click on it. It will take me back. Or maybe you want to see the calendar, news flow, portfolio or something, just click on any one of these whole things. It's going to show you. And if you want to go back, just click on the layout you were on earlier, then it will take you back to that particular layout. So we are back to that particular layout. So now the layout is showing me is not the layout I was on. I was on Yemreg Forex layout. So I'm going to click on this. So save. So I've left that other layout. So I'm back to the Yemreg Forex layout. Now the most important thing about TradingView is how to view the charts. And this is one of the parts a lot of traders struggle with. How to view the charts like a pro. View the charts comes with navigation, so you should know how to do this properly, because most times beginners traders, they struggle a lot viewing the charts in the proper way, and this can lead to a lot of things. This can lead to missed opportunities. This can lead to wrong bias or wrong analysis and all that. So it is very important to know how to navigate properly on the chart. So I've talked about this at the beginning of this video. I'm going to talk about it again so that you can understand it better. Now, earlier in this video, I said we literally have like 7 to 8 ways on how to navigate. So I'm going to clear all this whole thing out. So the first one is what? Moving to the left, moving to the right, moving up, moving down. That is the third and fourth. And the other one is zooming in or zooming out. Zooming in or zooming out. And you can do this by coming to this side of the chart. Click on this minus icon, which is going to zoom out. Click on this plus icon, which is going to zoom in. And if you want to move sideways, just scroll to the left or scroll to the right. And the other one is coming to this price number. Click and hold on your mouse, then drag it up or drag it down. Now imagine having something like this. Let's say you were having something like this when you open the chart. This is not a proper view. You won't be able to get anything out of this view. So you need to navigate the right way. And one thing you should also know is having a point of view. You can't just open the chart and start analyzing on any part of the chart. Your point of view matters a lot. And how do you determine your point of view? You use your price ranges to determine your point of view or your date range. Currently, we are on 30 minutes time frame, and I want to analyze this part of the chart. Like I want to analyze from here to here. This is where I want to analyze on. So this is going to be my what? POV, my point of view. And since that has been highlighted, I would then start applying this navigation. So the first thing I want to do here is to zoom into these parts that are highlighted. And how do I do that? I just click on this plus icon. And while doing that, the chart is going to be moving away from the view, from your view, your eye view, or the central view. And for you to do that, to bring it back to your central view, that's when you start dragging it to the left or right and putting it in the right position. So once that is being done, the chart is going to be looking like this, and which is not a good look. You won't be able to get anything out of this. So the next thing you do is by adjusting the height of the candle or the height of the charts by coming to this price number, then hold and drag it up till you have a better view of the chart. This is very, very important, because if you don't do this in the right way, you won't be able to see opportunities. You'll be missing out on opportunities, and you'll be doing the wrong analysis. So now we're having a good view, right? Then you can start analyzing the chart. And if you still want this to be put on in the right way, you can just drag it to the center of your eye or the center of the screen. Then you'll be having a proper view of the chart. And if this is not giving you a better view or a better data, then you can decide to change the time frame or zoom out for you to have a better view. So if you want to do that, if you want to change your time frame, just come over here. Let's say I want to be on 1 hour, then it's going to be showing you a broader view of the charts, and you can see adjust this or play around with the movement of the charts. So this is very important. Navigating the right way will help you a lot. So try to navigate the right way. And another thing you should understand about your POV is the data, the dates and time the data happens. And another thing is also understanding top-down analysis. Without understanding time frame, you won't be able to understand top-down analysis, and you won't be able to navigate properly. So time frame is another important thing you should take note of, because one misconception about time frame, one mistake a lot of traders make about time frame whenever they are navigating through time frame is whenever they open the chart, they will start changing time frame. No, don't do that. Before you start changing time frame, have a better POV. And how do you do this? For example, let's say I want to backtest the data for this year. Like I want to see how price have moved on Euro USD starting from this year, which is January 2026. And let's do that. So let me go to day one time frame to do that. So now this is when January 2026 started. I think somewhere around there. Yeah, somewhere around there. So you can come over here and put your date range. So this is where it started. This is where January 1st. Yeah, this is a place it started. Sorry, I made a mistake. Date and price range. So this is where, sorry, let me just use the horizontal line. I'm going to be using the horizontal line. Sorry, the vertical line. I'm going to be using the vertical line. So this is it here. January 2nd. So this is where the this year started. And now if you take a look at this is what we are seeing at the moment. So if you take a look at this from year to year, this is a monthly data, a monthly candle. And despite the fact that we are on day one time frame, but we are literally viewing a monthly candle. So that is why your POV matters a lot before your time frame. You can be on day one time frame, and what you are viewing is monthly data, because presently now we are viewing a month of data, because starting from here, this is January and we are currently in July. So that's like 6 months, right? So this is a monthly data. So that is where your point of view comes in. That's where your POV comes in. Now, some traders will just want to change their time frame here to have a more closer look. But before you do that, try to have a better POV. And your POV depends, it goes in two ways. It's either when you are back testing or when you are forward testing. So in a situation whereby you want to forward test, you can decide to just cut off this part, a particular portion of the chart you don't want to see. If you want to do that, you need to use the TradingView Premium. And if you don't want to use the TradingView Premium, you can just decide to circle that portion of the chart and start backtesting from there. So you need to have a POV, a point of view. And now let's say we want to backtest or forward test this part of the chart, then this is going to be our POV. And what do we do first? We don't change the time frame. We zoom in to that portion of the chart. For us to get a proper zoom in, just come to this brush tool, then you circle that part. You circle that part, then start focusing on this part. So this is your point of view. So this point of view now, it has reduced the amount of data. So this is where you are focusing on. Then what do? You start zooming in the charts, till it blends with your point of view. So this is what we are doing at the moment. So the purpose of you changing the time frame is just for you to see more into what the candles are doing on the lower time frame. To see what's it called, to get different bias, to see the direction of different time frame. So the purpose of navigating through the time frame is just to see more of what the candles are doing on the lower time frame. And this also helps you to know your directional bias, to know if the daily bias is bullish or the weekly bias is bearish or something. So I'm still going to talk on top-down analysis, market structure, and the rest in my upcoming video. So make sure you subscribe to this channel to get those videos, right? And don't forget to turn on your notification icon. So moving on, we are currently here. This is our point of view. And our point of view, if you were to look at the dates, this is May. And this is what we are currently in July. So this is like a monthly data regardless of the fact that we are on day one time frame. So it is once you've gotten your bias on the higher time frame, that is when it starts changing the time frame. But before that, try to get your bias right by having a proper point of view. That is very important. Your point of view will determine your directional bias, also will couple with your time frame. So all these little things, you need to put them together. I'm still going to dedicate a video on this, on how to navigate properly, but that's going to be depending on the strategy you use. So I'm going to be using my strategy to explain that to you guys. So this is one of the most important parts of TradingView. So try to get used to this. Try to know how to use this. And all what I've said, you need to go back and practice this whole thing, because if you don't practice, you won't get it right. So you need to practice and practice till you get it right, and don't get overwhelmed in the process of you practicing it. And if there's anything that is not clear, just ask questions in the comment section, and I'm going to be answering every question asked. So that will be all on TradingView. And if there's something that is not clear here that I didn't talk about, just also ask questions in the comment section, and I'm going to answer every bit of those questions. So these are the most important tools or important things you need to know on TradingView. So that will be all for now. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you guys on the next one. Bye for now.